Counting double-digit thousands.
Yo, everybody, what's going on? This is Team Movie Duo. I'm DJ The Leaf.
And this is Seto Phoenix.
And today we have a deck profile for you. And it's going to be done by Seto Phoenix itself. So tell us, what this deck profile going to be about?
You guys may say pendulums are going to die, or, right now they're not so dead, I would say. Metal foes and all that, but I still play Odd Eyes Magician. But my variant of Odd Eyes Magician will be Odd Eyes OTK for Raging Dragon. So it'll be pretty cool.
Well, this is going to be an interesting deck profile, everybody. So let's go ahead and get started and get this ready. Let's go!
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Seto Phoenix deck profile.
Alright, so basically, basic start off, triple Odd Eyes. Very good staple for the deck. A lot of people say that having, more than one Odd Eyes is bad. To be honest, it's really good. You can still search off a pendulum on end phase. I mean, you have it in hand, you end up summoning it anyways, or using it for Odd Eyes fusion. And we go triple Zenkai Magician. Honestly, a lot of people play this guy at 1. I play him at 3 because it's an OTK deck for Odd Eyes Raging, and it allows you to make your Odd Eyes Absolutes, your anything you want to make a 7, a rank 7 into a level 7. And we got double Dragon Calling Magician, new addition from Raging Tempest. It's actually not bad. It's another 7, and it's another magician, so you can use, your Iris magicians and things like that. Magician, not Wisdom Eyes. So with these, you can also turn your monsters into dragons if they aren't already. You can even turn this guy into a dragon, so that way you can go into Odd Eyes Raging Dragon if you don't have Odd Eyes itself. Then I got 2 Noble Dragon Magicians. Noble Dragon Magician is also not just for synchroing into Meteor Burst Dragon. It's also for your Magic Abductor plays. So Magic Abductor, you get another spell counter by playing this, and then it gets destroyed and sent to your extra deck face up. And then one of our main cards we play in the deck, triple Magic Abductor. Do not hesitate to play more than 3. Do not hesitate to play this card at all, because it's going to be your lifesaver. You end up searching all of your Skulker Bat Jokers, your anything you want to search in the deck after you play 3 spell cards. So that's really easy considering pendulums are spells. And you got 1 Wisdom Eye. Basically, you guys know what that's for. I play triple Dragon Pit Magician. Like I said, you just still need 3 of these guys. It's very potent that you play 3 of these for the simple fact that it is also another 7 that you need. 7 is going to be your big number in this deck. And that's how you end up summoning Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, and I'll show you later about those combos another time or in this video. And we got the 1 Dragon Pit Magician, or Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse destroys the monsters, while Dragon Pit destroys the back row. So if you're afraid of those Solemns, or if you're afraid of that one monster that you can't get over, or it's going to negate your monster effect that you're going to summon, you play this card. Or you can use it for rank 4s. I was kind of hesitant at first on playing these guys, but I do play the Performapal engine. My Performapal engine is a little different from most. Besides the 2 sorcerers and the Skulker Bat Joker, I played Dag Daggerman in this deck, or Dab Daggerman, I like to call it actually. But he's actually a new addition to this deck from Raging Tempest as well. Not only is he the warrior that you need to fusion summon for Brave Eyes Pendulum Dragon from the show, but he is adding a lot more draw power. I feel like he adds more draw power than Lizard Draw. And then you got, of course, your Odd Eyes Unicorn for scale of 8 and Sky Iris. The 2 oddballs I put in the deck are just 1 eccentric and 1 Luster Pendulum. I feel like having Luster Pendulum going into Ignister is actually pretty easy in this deck. Find it very easy. And with Eccentrics, pop back row, pop your own cards, just like Luster Pendulum, but Luster Pendulum does a little bit better if you're trying to pop your own cards. Then we go off to spells, monsters for the Odd Eyes Fusion. So Odd Eyes Fusion, very good in this deck. You can actually play Starving Venom Fusion Dragon now, not just Odd Eyes monsters or anything like that. The Odd Eyes Fusion will either make you summon that monsters specifically, or you can summon Odd Eyes monsters if your opponent don't have, well, if you have no monsters and your opponent doesn't. And Triple Sky Iris, we all know why Triple Sky Iris is so good, okay? Just pop your cards on the field and you search any Odd Eyes cards you want in your deck. But note, if you do it once, you can't do it again, so you can't go Sky Iris effect, pop card, okay, I play another Sky Iris, activate effect, pop cards, or you can't do that. Just once per turn, so don't get greedy. Triple Terraforming, a lot of people play 2, I play 3. Some people play 3 and 2 Sky Iris, which I feel Sky Iris is the most important thing ever. And we got Pendulum Call. Pendulum Call is going to be your main pendulum source searcher. We did get this card hit like almost a year ago, and it was kind of sad for a lot of us. I just started playing pendulums recently, so it's not that sad for me. So, hey, I see it. Just don't misplay and try to pop your own Wisdom Eye, because it won't happen. 2 Summoner Arts for the Dragon Pulse Magicians, well, Dragon Pits. They actually, you get those cards while you have your Magic Abductor out, and this makes Magic Abductor a lot more potent. Card I've been adding into this deck recently, 2 Ignite Reloads. Ignite Reload I find is very good. A very good draw card, seeing as I do not play Desires. I do not play Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin gives your opponent life points, and Desires, you have to banish 10 cards. So this is the best +1 that I can find for draw power for pendulums at the moment, besides One Day Apiece. One Day Apiece, I'm going to be keeping this card in my deck, or rather most of these cards in my deck when Link Summons do come out, and I will try to find a way to play that. And then I'm supposed to have 2 Cosmic Cyclones, but at the moment your boy kind of broke, so I'm going to try to find another Cosmic Cyclone, and then my deck will be finished. And then we go off to the extra deck. Extra deck is probably the most fun thing I've done in a long time. This is the reason why we play this deck. Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. You can wipe off the field, all of your opponent's field, not just monsters, not just spell cards, all of it on their side. And you gain times 200 for each one, and you can attack twice. Now, I will tell you that if you don't use an Xyz monster to Xyz summon this guy, then you cannot, listen to me now, you cannot activate these card effects, okay? So don't think you're just going to swipe in and detach and destroy cards, because you're just going to get broke down. Then we got Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Only play him at 1. Sometimes he's needed, sometimes he isn't. Just depends. 9 times out of 10, you're going to use it for Odd Eyes Fusion anyway, so you can pitch it to the graveyard. Absolute. There's so many fun things you can do with Absolute. You can either use them, like I said, that's going to be your main card to go into, so you can get to Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, by the way. You can either destroy him with Sky Iris, so that way you can activate his effect, and you can get another Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck, play it. Or you can, attack with a weaker monster and, go OTK, and 9 times out of 10, the monster you'll have attached to it already will be Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon or something that consists of the Odd Eyes name, and you can just play it. So that's really good. I play 2 Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst doesn't serve as the synchro monster that you go into from Noble Dragon Magician. You can go into anything with this guy, basically. You can go to Nirvana if you want to, if you so choose your heart desires to play it. Or you can grab your pendulum scale from the other side, and you can actually play it on the side, and you can actually go into more summoning plays if you can. Next up, I do have Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Card's really good still, negates everything. Not summons, but just effects, monsters, spells, traps, you know. And as long as you got stuff in your extra deck as far as face-up pendulum cards, who's stopping you, right? And it's another 7. Now we go into the, I like to call the Dimension Dragons, because that's what they call it in the show. Got the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Like I said before, you can go into Odd Eyes Fusion for Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Your Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, like I said, Meteor Burst doesn't have to be the only thing Noble Dragon goes into. Of course, Noble Dragon goes back to the deck once you do it, because it's not an Odd Eyes monster. But the fact that you summon this card, Clear Wing's still good. It might not be Crystal Wing, but it's still good. Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, you can go into a really nasty play with Odd Eyes Raging Dragon and just negate the card. And if you don't have enough monsters for a game, or you don't have enough attack points for a game with Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, then you got enough after you use Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon effect, most definitely. And we go into some of our oddballs here for the extra deck. Ignister, obvious card, very good for non-targets. Red Eyes Flare Metal. Red Eyes Flare Metal, I hardly play, but when I do, it's because they have just enough life points for me to go game with if they have a deck that needs constant effects. Okay, so if you have your field loaded and you attack and you didn't have enough attack at the game, you just inflict the damage every time they activate a card effect. Plus, no Kaiju Slumber. So you can't get Kaiju Slumbered, but you can get Kaiju'd if they hit Red Eyes, Darkness, and Flare Metal. So it's really good. Big Eye. This is kind of a last minute decision for me, to be honest. I had Nirvana in this deck, but I took out Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon, seeing as the requirements for Nirvana was kind of steep, I feel, but this is a last minute splash. And then I do play the Magic Spectre guy on end phase. If you can activate this effect and Odd Eyes on end phase, so that way you can get both monsters from your deck into your hand. So don't ever hesitate to do that either. You know, I mean, you know, you have this guy set in defense mode on end phase, and sometimes you'll just get scared, but really you have your hand loaded for next turn to OTK your opponent with Odd Eyes. So that's basically the whole entire deck there.
All right, everybody, that was Seto deck profile. I gotta admit, I was impressed, but there's one thing that caught me off guard. Why the hell you don't play traps?
Well, traps are kind of underrated, to be honest. They like for Odd Eyes, you constantly need the spells to be activated. My Magic Abductors, actually, they need the spells. The second you get a trap and you got Magic Abductor, you're basically just setting past turn. You can't do that. You need to keep going. You need to keep searching, keep drawing, keep pendulum until you go to your next turn. So that turn, you can just go ahead and go OTK. There are times where you can OTK on the spot, but it just doesn't happen like that.
Well, everybody, that just, wow. Also, I'd like to let y'all know there will be another video that talks about the combos and the basic ideas of what you're trying to do with his deck. So be ready for the next video when it comes out. But just do us all a favor. You know, if you like our videos, subscribe, pass them to your friends, and I hope y'all enjoy. And also, a friend of ours said hi from Daggerman. Take care, everyone. DJ The Leaf. See ya.